A beautiful morning spent with people I love celebrating freedom. One year, I happened to be traveling to Washington, D.C. for work and I landed on the 4th. As we started descending into the city at sunset, fireworks show had already started. From the airplane, I watched the entire display from eye level. Not like looking up or looking down. I was just floating beside exploding colors. To this day, I don't think I have the words for how surreal that felt. Ever since, the 4th to me just reminds me of that moment. And it always makes me wonder, is this what freedom feels like? Flying, floating, untethered, celebrating? Maybe. That's why I take Independence Day so personally and seriously. It's not just as important for a country, for me. It's also just as important for my own liberation. How far have I come? How far do I still have to go? What invisible cages still exist inside me? And what parts of me still deserve more freedom? Mo keeps saying, "Mom, it's not that deep." Yeah, son, maybe. Or is it? Today was another beautiful day spent celebrating. The committee of the Huntington Woods decided that our peace group wasn't allowed to carry signs promoting peace. I know, the irony wasn't lost on me either. One of our leaders looked at me and said, "Cover your tattoos. No political messages. No watermelons." And then he looked at me and my earrings and said, "And those are sending a message too. We're going to have to remove your head." When he said that, I became a puddle. We have to remove your head. Today gave me one of those one-in-a-lifetime experiences, which is funny to say because there are still so many firsts waiting for me. My bucket list is overflowing, but this one, I did not see coming. I don't belong to this neighborhood. Many of my move-in family do, and we have spent the last couple of years consistently showing up and supporting them. Today, we received a decent amount of hate and an overwhelming amount of love. One interaction, however, was completely different. A gentleman just walked right up to me, close enough where he was almost touching me, and started yelling at me that I am pretending to be a Palestinian, that I shouldn't be here and that it's his homeland and he has the right to defend it. At first, I laughed. I honestly thought he was kidding. And then he kept going on, and then I realized, oh dang, he's serious. And that's when I could feel the bee starting to buzz inside my body, that familiar nervous system hum that says, pay attention. Of course, I stayed composed, but inside I was like fascinated. I've been called Americanized before, but an Arab imposter? I mean, I get it. I don't look the part. People don't expect this. The hair, the tattoos, the way I speak, the way I dress. Looks are deceiving. But then I realized that actually wasn't the interesting part. The interesting part that he couldn't believe that there could be a Palestinian standing on that street in front of him. He couldn't fathom the idea when I attempted to explain to him that I am from Jerusalem, I am from the Holy Land. He needed to know where exactly from, which I gave him. And then he went going on that I don't speak the language, which I started speaking, and it was still not landing. Meanwhile, Seher, my wonderful friend, has lived in that neighborhood for over 20 years. I literally felt like I had a loading bar over my head as I watched his certainty denying my identity. Just loading for him to land and for me to believe that he's kidding. I was trying so hard to understand what reality he was living in. And honest, I didn't feel hate towards him. I felt compassion and sadness and frustration and laughter. You know how people joke about living in Delulu? Manifesting the life you want isn't Delulu. Believing an entire people can't exist in front of you, that's a whole different level of Delulu. Thankfully, he was removed and no one got harmed. As I drove home, I kept returning to that question from the airplane. What does freedom actually mean? Maybe freedom isn't everyone agreeing with us? Maybe freedom is having a nervous system that no longer needs hatred in order to feel safe. To all my brothers and sisters from every faith, every culture, every walk of life, if you hate me because of where I come from, I forgive you. I'm genuinely sorry you're wasting your precious life force carrying hatred for someone you've never met when we could be sharing a conversation instead. I have nothing but love in my heart for you. So, happy 4th to everyone who's celebrating. May we continue expanding not only our freedoms, but our humanity. And I'm sorry about the noise in the back. Mo was having a blast with his friends celebrating freedom.